guys, welcome back to another weekly vlog. 6:56. You guys are joining me this week for a bit of an accountability vlog for myself. Let me take my headphones off actually. Yeah, you guys are joining me for a bit of an accountability vlog this week because I am trying out a new morning routine for myself this week. Day has gone so well. I got up at about 10 to 5 this morning. Twinkle Toes made me a cup of tea and then he went off to work, and then I was straight onto the walking pad. 30-40 minutes on my walking pad, getting ahead of like some coaching bits I needed to do today, but also reading. Done all my check-in stuff for my own coach and then got ready for the gym, and now it's just before 7 and we're about to go to the gym. Out of touch disclaimer, I am so aware that for a lot of people getting up at 5 a.m. is not a luxury, it's not a choice, it's something that they have to do because maybe they have to start their commute at 5:30, maybe they need to wake up at 4:30 because they need to leave the house at 5. It is a luxury to not have to get up at 5 a.m. so I don't want this to come off as though I'm like glamorizing it, because I'm truly not. If you are self-employed and self-employed in a similar way to me, where like you don't run like a nail business, a lash business where like you have to be at work for a certain time because you have clients at a specific time, and I know that there'll be a certain like niche group of people that can relate. I don't have to get up at any time. Technically for me, I could get up, which I don't do this, I usually get up at about 7, get up at like 9, 10, 11, 12, and I could just work until 10 p.m, 11 p.m. I can basically structure my days however I want, but I feel like I've been really lacking in routine, and this is basically the week I'm gonna try and figure out. And it might be a case of trial and error, maybe it might be that I change the time I'm getting up, maybe I have to switch things around. Me trying to find a morning routine that works for me, which I think is the most important thing about a morning routine. It needs to work for you, and just because you don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't mean that your morning routine is shit or that you're a lazy bastard. Everyone's circumstances are different, and I don't want this to come across as that I'm being like, guys, like I'm so, oh my god, like look at me, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. like, yeah, Amy babes, a lot of people have to get up at 5 a.m. they don't have a choice, love. It's not this like a romantic thing for most people, it's something that they just have to do. Just feel like with my days lately, my aura ring lately has been diabolical. Like my stress has gone from exceptional to last week it went all the way down to average. Daytime stress is super high and my daytime recovery is low. I feel like it's because I'm trying to cram too much into the day, and some days not making it to the gym, and I live a very lucky and fortunate life, but my aura ring is really flagging me that like I'm not managing my stress properly. So this is basically my solution to stress management, because my thought process is I can get some steps in, getting a little bit of movement, getting a little bit of reading, which I'm really trying to get back into, because I'm not gonna lie guys, I feel like I'm just getting really thick. I feel like I can feel my brain cells dying, so I'm trying to grow those back by reading a little bit more. I'm currently reading The Mountain Is You, which I'm really enjoying, and then getting my gym time in, so all my sort of me time is done, and I've sort of done that first thing. Like I know it sounds a bit like I've honoured myself and my body first thing. I've done a little bit of stress busting first thing. I could be wrong here, but I feel like this could be the hack for me managing my stress levels better. And also I'm about to head into a very busy period with work. Black Friday is fast approaching. I have a lot to do for that. Like I really want to make the most of the last few months of this year without completely frying myself basically. So we're about to go to the gym, and then once I'm done at the gym we're gonna go and do a food shop. Yeah, welcome to another weekly vlog. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys are also in a similar boat to me where like you don't have to get up early, or you're just wanting to find a new morning routine that works for you, we're gonna figure this out together. Today honestly I didn't even feel tired when I woke up. I felt very well rested, but I'm also aware of the fact that that adrenaline and motivation from doing something different, like you're trying a new routine, you're excited to get up and do it, really helps at the start. That can dwindle fast. It's like when it's not new and shiny anymore, it gets a lot harder. So we'll see how I get on. Let's go to the gym. Inspection in 30 days. Oh, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. That's not what I need to see. Training this early was definitely a little bit of a shock to the system, despite the fact that I still ate before I trained and had coffee. I did notice the first and like second workouts that I did, so this session and then my upper body session this week, I definitely felt a drop off in strength, but since then I'm very happy to report that my body has adapted to it. So it really is just a case of getting used to it. When people say what time of day is best to train, it really depends what time is best to train for you, and then sticking to that time consistently, you're going to see much more consistency with strength. Because like me, for example, I notice when I train on a night time I'm actually weaker, and I think it's just because I feel I'm not used to training on night time, so I'm not used to training feeling so full and like uncomfortable. But you can see here I tried to get 5 reps like usual with my usual like heavier set weight, and it just did not work. So I ended up having to strip the weight down. and go a little bit lighter and just go for higher rep, because usually the weight that I just had on the bar, I can do that for like 5-6 reps. This morning my body said no, because I'm not used to being in the gym, not used to being like awake and doing things. Well, this time of the morning, yeah, because to be fair, by this point it was about 7:30, but I'm not used to training this early, so it took a little bit for my body to adapt to a earlier morning routine. But I'm happy to report that since like the first 2 to 3 sessions, I've been getting on so much better. So hip thrusts were done, then I went into leg press. This is definitely my easiest leg day of the week as well, which is, I usually do it as the first session of the week, but it definitely helped it being this session and not one of my slightly lengthier leg days. Doing this definitely helped this day, because it just felt a lot less daunting to be going and doing on a little bit on the earlier side. So here I'm just doing leg press. This is my lighter set after doing my heavier set. If you were curious, the leg press in my gym is actually kind of crazy. It actually weighs 100 kilos itself. So that's why you might see me doing leg press. You're going to see me do single leg press in a second with no weight on it. It is weighted. The leg press itself weighs 100 kilos, which is why you'll never see me putting on like 5 plates aside, because the leg press itself, she's pretty bloody heavy. But my gym is actually getting a refurbishment soon, and we're getting a different leg press, which I'm really excited for, because the ego lifter in me misses being able to just slam those weights on. So I then moved on to doing my single leg press after I'd done my double leg press. And I did notice as well, actually, after a couple movements, my strength started to sort of come back to me, and my body did get into like the swing of things. But yeah, whenever you see me doing things on the leg press, just in case no one was aware, my leg press in my gym is really heavy, which is why it looks like I'm using nothing. This is actually 100 kilos, and it's still so difficult. It's sort of a running joke at my gym how ridiculous these leg presses are. It's definitely not my favorite, but we're getting it done regardless. So once I've done my double leg press, my bilateral one, I then move on to just one set of unilateral leg press. If you are not in the loop with me and my training, I am currently being coached. I'm currently working on a calorie deficit. I'm working on a fat loss phase, and my training definitely, I was going to say reflects that, but the only thing that reflects it really is the fact that I'm doing more cardio than I normally would. But in terms of my weight training itself, our main priority and focus is basically lower body. It's very lower body intense. It's very quad and glute focused. This session in particular is a bit more quad and glute focused than some of my other leg days. So yeah, that's the focus for this particular session. And I'm just finishing up my single leg press here. You can see clearly training hard because I'm having to use my other leg to assist me to get the leg press back up so that I don't squish myself. Moving on, we have then got some dumbbell step ups. I don't know why my brain malfunctioned then, but we have then got some cable step ups. This is by far, I've said it before, I'll say it again, my favorite, honestly probably one of my favorite movements to do in the gym, point blank period at the moment, but definitely my favorite glute movement to do. It's just, I get such a good connection on these, and as you can see, I'm really focusing on keeping that shin of the leg, so like the working glute that's up on the bench. You can see my knee isn't really moving forward. I'm focusing on sinking back in the movement, because the more that your knee comes forward over that toe, you're still going to be using your glutes, but you're going to take them out of the equation a little bit, and you're going to end up using your quads a little bit more. I feel like this angle is probably even more helpful. You can see that my knee is really not moving forward. I'm focusing on shifting my weight back, and also as I come down, I do like to sort of almost put a bit more pressure and a bit more weight of my body on that side. So I will come straight back down, but I will also lean slightly. So on this one, I'm leaning slightly to my left to basically try and put more of the weight and more of my body weight and more of the resistance right over that glute. It's just something that I always find myself doing with like lunges, split squats, anything like that, to get a little bit better engagement on them. And then we are just finishing off with some leg extensions. So for these, I do one much lighter set that's like 10 to 15 reps, and then I do 2 heavier sets at 6 to 8 reps, and that is the end of this session. But honestly, it was a bit of a grind when I first got into it, but by the end of my session I did feel a lot better. And like I said, I can now confirm we've been a few weeks into this new routine now, and I'm definitely getting on better with my strength. But I did notice an initial drop off with it, but as my body has got used to training at that time, we are back in business, baby. But yeah, if you are going to try this out and you're not used to training that early, you can expect that. So expect it and you won't be stressing. Okay, food shop time. I'm going to show you guys what I've got. Obviously, I've got makeup and stuff on now. I have actually been home for a bit, but I waited to unpack my shopping so that I could show you guys. I just had some bits that I needed to get done, so I've showered and got ready for the day. It's still the morning. Crazy. So I got some bananas, micronutrients, and also I do plan on making some more banana syrup this week. 2 packs of raspberry and blueberries because I love these in my yogurt bowls. I get them in pretty much every single food shop. Italian style salad leaves for side dishes, micronutrient, miniature potatoes. I basically chop these in half and put them in the air fryer on the roast setting, just as it is on the Ninja one. It's like 15 minutes, 190, and they cook perfectly. I then got 2 microwavable rices just for ease, because obviously it's easier than having to cook rice. And then my carbs are easily sorted for the week, so I've got rice and potatoes as carb sources this week. For breakfast, I picked up medallions and also chicken chipolatas as well, just to help me get some more protein in the morning, because I have been struggling with my protein lately. So I'm actually having a different breakfast at the moment, which is usually bacon medallions and chicken sausages right now. Mixed veg, more micronutrient. Then picked up this massive pack of Mediterranean veg, basically more micronutrients, but also it's just so easy. And I'm going to put it in the air fryer with potatoes, and then I literally just need to sort my protein source out on the side. I have a lot of work to do this week, so I don't really want to be prepping things, which is why I've got a lot of prepared vegetables. Is it lazy? Yes. But is it going to make my life easier this week? Yes. Buffalo sauce. This is one of the nicest spicy hot sauces. This specific buffalo sauce from Marks and Spencer's or Frank's are my 2 favourite ones. Got these little mini steaks for protein, and also red meat to make sure that I'm getting a good amount of iron and stuff in. Chicken, classic, it's part of every single food shop that I do. And then my giant vat of Greek yogurt for my yogurt bowls. So yeah, everything I got, it came to about £42, and this should last me Monday to Thursday / Friday, depending how my week goes. So that's everything I got. I made a protein shake when I got back. It's 11:30 now. Like I said, I've been doing stuff for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna crack on with some more work, which is some Alphalete Black Friday prep. I basically just need to update all my PDFs that I have and make some new ones, because some of them just feel a bit redundant now. Like the Amplify one, for example, like there actually isn't a ton of normal Amplify left on the website, so it feels a little redundant. So I'm gonna have a think about how to redo that one. But like my product guide, I need to update that and just add in anything that's launched since February and just check that everything's on the right pages and reformat it, which will take me a couple of hours. So far so good, guys, and I don't even feel tired. Like Uncle Toes was saying to me this morning, when it gets to between 11 and 1, you're going to start to feel really tired, but I honestly feel fine. Maybe I'm just delulu, but I feel completely fine. Yeah. So I've just made myself a quick lunch. So I've got some jerk chicken. I say jerk lightly. I've used a jerk seasoning, but it does not taste anywhere near as good as takeaway jerk chicken. And then I've just got a shit ton of potatoes and veggies with some of the hot sauce that I bought this morning. And whilst this was cooking, I unpackaged my Alphalete order. It has arrived, although I am missing cargo joggers fleece jacket, which fleece jacket is one of, like, it doesn't even feel like Alphalete. That's how good it feels. That sounds like I'm talking shit on Alphalete. I'm not. It just doesn't even, like, it feels really, really, really high quality. So I was excited to be able to push and promote that, but it's not in the package. Apparently it's shipping from the US. Yeah, I finished up reformatting and adding everything to the original product guide, so that's done. Now I need to move on to my seamless guide once I'm done with this and do my meeting with Alphalete, because for my brain, if I like go between tasks, I find that really difficult. So I'm excited to eat my lunch.
Morning, Amy.
Hi guys.
Well, I guess it's not morning for you, but morning anyway.
No, not quite.
What are you smiling about, Amy?
It's because I can just see Lizzie and she just looks so cute. She's such a cutie. I love a layered tank, but I just don't love the look of this a halter around here. I feel like you get the more like peekaboo effect. I'm going heavy on like the performance side of things for this fabric. The Getty strap being the option that has the built-in bra, not like the thicker strap that's obviously going to be a bit more support. My brain, it just doesn't make sense. I basically crossed the capris out and just written bikers for my feedback.
I know Lowe's coming up everywhere.
It makes sense for Aura, aura, but it doesn't make sense for a performance fabric. It's gonna have similar issues to the aura straight legs in my opinion. I'd swap it to a flare if we're gonna do a pan. Literally looks like scribbles. Morning guys, it's day 2 of the new morning routine. It's 5:39. My phone actually died in my sleep. Luckily I've been using my actual alarm clock on my phone, and then I've also been using my Philips alarm clock, the light one. The light one did actually wake me up today. Sometimes it doesn't wake me up on its own, sometimes I need my phone as a backup. So luckily I did still wake up at 5, but then I needed to charge my phone for a bit. This morning I've decided, instead of getting up and getting on the walking pad and doing steps, I'm actually just gonna, I think I can hear Fudge skizzing around. Yeah, instead of doing that, I think what I'm actually gonna do is instead go to the gym. My gym doesn't open until 6, so there was no real point in me like leaving my house at 5. The gym won't be open for like 40 minutes. I'll be sat waiting, train up a body, do my cardio, and take my book to read whilst I'm doing my cardio. It seems like a better way around of doing things today. And then I've got client check-ins. I need to do colour comparisons and measurements. I got pretty much everything I wanted to do yesterday done, other than the seamless document. If I'd have like properly locked back in after my meeting, would have been the seamless document. But this is what I mean, like when I break off from doing things when I'm on a roll, I struggle to get back into them. This is my gym fit for the day. I've just put on this is new Alphalete. I've got on the crew neck. I don't actually love a crew neck, but I actually don't mind this one at all, and it's super soft and cozy, so it just feels like I just don't, there's something about these that I just don't love. Like I don't love how thick this is, but we're rolling with it. And then underneath I'm going to test out this halter push tank. So I've got the halter push tank in locker and the pump shorts in locker. It's way more flattering on my build, and by build I mean tits. So nice, but I'm giving teddy bear vibes today. Laughing at how diabolical this looks, but this is my breakfast guys. I've just got 2 bacon medallions and 2 chicken sausages, and then a very 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 sad looking coffee. Dad's got on the oat milk hype with me, but my dad doesn't like drinking things that have loads of like extra. Actually that's such a lie, but he claims that he doesn't like to drink things that have got loads of extra stuff in. That's not true, because he will have no problem with like deep frying a slice of lemon cake at night. But obviously a lot of oat milks have a lot of added stuff in, so he's got this oat milk that's just oats and it comes out like water. You wouldn't believe it, but that's probably got half a mug of milk in it and it's barely made a dent. So but I'm gonna have this and then we're gonna go. Gym is done. I've just got home. As you will have seen, this is the book book that I've been reading. I'm really trying as like part of my new routine to get back into reading, because I think I mentioned it yesterday that I genuinely feel like I'm getting a little thick. Like, I'm joking about it, but I'm actually not joking. Like, it genuinely has been really worrying me. I know that I shouldn't. I think because like all through school, like I don't know if all schools did this, but I'm pretty sure they did because I've seen TikToks about it. I was always part gifted and talented. I maybe ascribe too much of like my worth, smart I am, or like my academic abilities, or like my brain's ability. And I also don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like having like a good brain and being good at stuff been really worrying me lately for a multitude of reasons, but also Alzheimer's does run in my family. Like, my grandpa had it, my grandma had it, my granny had it, and I feel like the way that I live my life is going to end up putting me at even higher risk for something that genetically I'm almost guaranteed to get it. And I don't want to say that because it sounds scary, but it does worry me. Which, by the way, I've not mentioned it on YouTube yet, but if you are new here and you're not aware, every single November I donate every single penny of my AdSense that I earn in November to Alzheimer's Society in memory of my granny. I've done this ever since I started YouTube, because she actually unfortunately passed away very quickly into me starting YouTube. She passed away in October 2020 and her birthday was in November. So we do this every single November in her memory. All my AdSense money goes to Alzheimer's Society. So yeah, I did mention it on Instagram yesterday actually, and I've had a lot of messages from people. I didn't realise how much of a response I was going to get from talking about it. I just didn't, because honestly, like when my grandparents had it, I would find it quite an isolating experience, because for me, because it's so normal in my family, like stupidly just assume this is just something that everyone gets when they get older. Actually, I came to quickly realise it's not. People wouldn't really understand what I was saying, or like I'd be explaining about struggling with it and they'd be like, oh yeah, like my gran forgets like to turn the oven off sometimes, or like my gran forgets to lock her door sometimes. Obviously you can do that with Alzheimer's, but just because you've forgotten to do something, it doesn't mean you have Alzheimer's. It's more than that. It's basically like a complete, the way I would describe it is it's a complete erosion of who that person is. They're no longer living in reality. They might be living in a previous reality. Like, it's very common, people with Alzheimer's, they won't be able to remember people in the room right then and there, but they might think they're a kid again with their parents. Like, they might think their daughter is their mum. Personality changes, which are really, I would say the personality changes are probably the hardest thing to deal with. So yeah, I thought I would mention that because it ties into what I'm talking about. But yeah, I've started reading because I don't know if reading is something that can like help offset it. Probably not, but I feel like anything you can do to use your brain, they always say if you don't use it you lose it, and I'm not saying that in a blaming way, because sometimes it is just completely unavoidable. Yeah, I'm sending love to anyone that's experienced it, and if you have experienced it you will know that, like, God, if you have parents especially, I think that's why I struggle with having older parents as well. I think that's part of it, because I've never had the privilege. I've had the privilege of having grandparents, but I've never had the privilege of watching someone older in my family age without experiencing it, and so it almost feels like a guarantee for me. So like, my dad can't remember something I told him yesterday. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I have a very, as we can tell, visceral reaction to these things. Anyway, we're not crying 2 vlogs in a row because I cried in my last Houston vlog. We're not doing it again. So this is the book that I've been reading. It's called The Mountain Is You. People were describing it as life-changing. I would say it could be life-changing for some people. It's a fairly easy read, but there's a few like light bulb moments in it for me that I wanted to read that I really liked the other day. By the way, if you don't know what this book is about, it's basically about self-sabotaging and how to get out of your own way, because I feel like that's something that I do really do. I need to sometimes just like get a little bit of a grip with myself, and so that's why I picked up this book. The chapter is about the ways in which you can self-sabotage. I'm just going to take a little reading from it. So this one says, the way you are self-sabotaging, having self-defeating thoughts that hold you back from doing what you want. And then it says what your subconscious mind might want you to know underneath that way in which you are self-sabotaging. Being mean to yourself first will not make it hurt less if other people judge or reject you, though that is why you are using this defense mechanism. Thinking the worst of yourself is a way of trying to numb yourself to what you really fear, which is that someone else could say those things about you. What you don't realise is that you're acting as your own bully and enemy by doing it to yourself. What could someone else's judgment realistically do to your life? Honestly, it could stop you from pursuing your dreams, ambitions and personal happiness. And that's exactly what you're doing when you stay fixated on those damaging ideas. It's time to get out of your your own way. So this little chapter is basically about the ways in which we self-sabotage. It might present differently, so we might really want something deep down, but the way that it presents might be that you're not promoting your work in a way that would help you move forward. What your subconscious mind is actually trying to tell you is that you know you're not doing your best work. That's why you don't want to put it forward. Not like sugarcoating things. I think that's what this book is really good for. It doesn't sugarcoat things. It really does sort of call you out on your own bullshit. And that the bit I've just read you there, self-sabotaging in terms of like the self-defeating thoughts and the way that you speak to yourself, yeah, needed to hear that, because that's something that I do. And when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, that probably is why I do it. Like, and there's other ways in which it shows up in like work and stuff for me. So yeah, I am enjoying the book. I wouldn't say it's life-changing. It might be for some people, but not for me. But it's a very easy read. Like, I've not even had it a week yet, and I'm nearly done with it. I'll probably finish it today, to be honest, if I have time to read a little bit more today. Yeah, today's to-do list, we have got, I'm running out of room on this memory card, so I can't time-lapse you for everything, so I think I'll probably time-lapse you for my client check-ins. I've got client check-ins. I need to measure all my Alphalete pieces that came in yesterday, do colour comparisons, and then label things. So I have a lot to do. It is only 8:30, so we've got plenty of time to get everything done. Really enjoying these early mornings. I may eat my words, but honestly, already feels very life-changing. And it's not like I was getting up at like 9 before. I was still getting up at like 7. I wasn't getting up super late, but I think especially because my gym is a bit further away from me, if I get up at 7, it doesn't matter what time I leave, unless it's like 10 when I go and train, I am going to get caught in all the traffic. So then I find myself sort of just sitting and like, I'll do a little bit, but like I don't really get much done because I know I'm going to be wanting to go to the gym at like 10. Going early, I avoid all the traffic. I got caught in a bit of traffic on the way back, but I don't really mind that. The hack that I didn't know I needed for my days, because I feel like I'm wasting less time. I would describe my life recently as busy, but not productive. I felt very busy. I've always felt like there's something to do, or I've always been doing something. Like, I've been busy, but I don't think I've been productive, if that makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna go inside and get on with the day. Hello, thank you for checking in. It shows how much you've grown, really. Yes, physically, but also mentally. But obviously we've come on such a long way from that, and now you are able to go out and have that balance, enjoy those social occasions, socialise and go out and do things, but we can also work towards our goals at the same time. An amazing rest of your Tuesday, and I will speak to you soon. Hey guys, this was my Wednesday AM workout, and I actually went even earlier. I got to the gym pretty much when it opened to kick off with my workout. So I was doing my more posterior focused leg day this day. It's a lot more hamstring focused than anything else. So I'm just starting off with some hamstring curls here. I did do stiff legs. Like, there's certain movements that I wasn't able to film this day because going to the gym at 6 AM, it's a very different clientele, and it's people who are really there to work out. The gym was actually quite busy this day, and I don't want to be annoying them with my camera when they're probably just trying to train at the arse crack of dawn before they have to go and work, like the vast majority of people do. So if there was anything where I felt like I was really in people's way, I just didn't record it. So after I did my hamstring curls, I did stiff leg deadlifts, and then I moved on to doing some cable kickbacks. I'm just doing those here. I really need to use my own upper cable again. I've just been using the gym's because my upper cable is still in my old gym bag. I've not moved them over to the new gym bag yet, but I definitely need to get them in rotation because the gym's cuffs are a little rinky dinky, as we can see here. Like, the velcro doesn't work quite properly. That's definitely not the correct grammar, but yeah, here I am just doing some cable kickbacks to get my glutes a little bit more fired up before I go into my B stance RDLs and my Bulgarian split squats as well. So the main things that I focus on here is just keeping my balance, letting that foot drag a little bit in front of the resting and supporting leg just to get a little bit more of a stretch on the glutes, and then lifting with muscle, not momentum. So we're not swinging the weight around, we're not flinging our legs around, we are lifting slowly and with intention. And then moving on, I do my B stance RDLs. So I've actually started using my wrist wraps for my B stance RDLs and my Bulgarian split squats now, which I wasn't doing before for a while, but I definitely noticed since doing this program that my grip strength really lets me down on things like dumbbell movements, like any lunge variation, any split squat variation, any B stance RDLs. It really was letting me down, and I felt like I could actually probably go for like 5-6 more reps, but my grip strength was what was giving up. So since incorporating using actual lifting straps for these movements, not just like my barbell stiff legs or my barbell RDLs, I'm noticing a massive help with progressive overload, which the further I delve into this calorie deficit, into this diet phase, it's getting harder and harder to progress on strength. So any little thing that I can tweak to either maintain my strength or keep pushing with it, I'm gonna give it a bloody go. Okay, so here I'm just doing my other leg. Some people do like to use the opposite hand for these. I've been sort of switching between the two and I've still not decided which I prefer. Hopefully I will decide soon and then I can share with you guys. But this day I was holding on the same side as the working leg. And then I did Bulgarian split squats, but I couldn't film those. And then I just finished off here with some back extensions. If I look annoyed, it's because I had to fling my AirPod Max off. Some days when I do back extensions, they're completely fine. Some days when I do back extensions, they just completely slip off my head. So I actually ended up throwing them. You can see them just laid against my bag there. But you guys already know my main tip for back extensions. Someone's put a string in your literal butthole like a puppet, and they are pulling you up using that. You are contracting your glutes to lift you up, not just flinging yourself backwards and forwards. Morning guys, I'm a big fat fraud. The workout clips you've just seen are from Thursday. I feel like the gimbal on this camera is breaking because why am I slanting? This week, it's actually not been a mess. I've just been incredibly busy. I've gone kind of insane with my Black Friday work, which I knew I would, but the good news is the morning routine has been doing me all the favours. I didn't do it this morning. My alarm went off at 5 and I was like, yeah, no, because I went to sleep at 2 a.m. Gave myself a little bit of a lie-in, woke up at about 8:30, and then I've just been doing some more Black Friday work. You guys, by the time this vlog goes up, you'll have already seen pretty much everything I've been doing, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But there was this whole debacle with the wide leg pants yesterday, and now they've decided can't drop them yet, so now they're not dropping them for a bit. It was quite the debacle. Normally I would just put myself in a total work hole until I'm done, but this is a wellness diary. And Twinkle Toes, it was actually our 1-year anniversary the other week, so surprising me with a puppy yoga day, and I think it's Labrador puppies, which is basically golden retrievers but less furry. I'm really excited. I've done puppy yoga with this puppy yoga place before. It's in Leeds, so I know that they're not dodgy, because sometimes puppy yoga can be a bit dodgy. Yeah, the last time I did it, it was German Shepherd puppies and they were so cute. Apparently en route this morning I just finished off adding in my overlay clips. This video is the video that just keeps on giving, and it's not even my longest review. That's the real gag. It's not even my longest review. It's just, huh? Do you want a drink? I'm okay, I've got water. It's not even my longest review, it's just taking me so bloody long to get through it. So I finished that off this morning, and then I had some extra films I needed, oh my god, my brain's not working, extra clips I needed to film, and then I should be done by the end of the day. But yeah, that's basically where I've been all week, and every day I kept being like, I'm going to update the vlog. Didn't do it, so we're picking the vlog back up today because I actually have something to show you, and then from tomorrow my life should be still busy but somewhat normal again. Oh my god, I'm going blind. Routine has been really helping me because I've been getting a lot more done, obviously, because I'm getting more hours out of my day. The thing that I've been going wrong with though is because I've had so much work to do, still been getting up at 5, but I've actually not been going to bed early enough, so I have actually been really tired, so I need to fix that. I'm going to puppy yoga.
Yeah, it's almost. Amy, don't move.
Why? Why?
He's peed all over your back.
What?
He hasn't really, he's peed on your yoga mat.
Oh, that's fine. Sleepy. Puppies. Nice Puppy yoga was so good, and it was actually one of my, I'm not even going to say followers, it's someone that I used to coach, one of my old coaching clients like from years ago, one of the girly pops, and she works there, and she came out and she was like, I know you. I was like, I know you as well. And Twinkle Toes was afterwards, he was like, did you? I was like, no, like I genuinely did, like as Rosie. But she was so lovely, like she let us go in early so we got more time with the dogs, and she kept us after so that we could get better pictures with the dogs because it was a bit crazy in there. Thank you, Queen, because we had such a nice time. Got these cute little Polaroids. I didn't film much of the actual yoga just because it was a very full class, and I feel like
the dogs were all asleep when we were doing the yoga, so it just turned into a fucking yoga class.
Yeah, to be fair, the last time I went, I did no yoga. Actually, to be fair, the last time I went, I'm pretty sure I had a broken foot where my toe crosses over.
Yeah, she's got gammy feet.
Yeah, I've got like on one of my feet, my big toe crosses over my second toe. Not like fully, but like a bit, and it takes a lot of mental concentration for me to get it to lie flat. Yeah, at the time I got persuaded out of going to hospital because I got told there were not wrong with me. I feel like if you're gonna go, because they're really good there, like it's not like I was saying, dodgy place where like they'll just wake the dogs up. Like they did say the puppies are napping, so we'll have playtime after. When I went last time, the puppies were really lively during the session, so it just depends. But if you want lively during the session, I'd recommend you go in the morning. But it's actually quite nice not having that, because otherwise, honestly, last time it got really awkward. I felt really bad for the instructor because she was basically getting ignored. I'm back on track with this wellness diary entry because I was watching it, I was like, I am actually so Beyonce coded. I watched a video of her earlier and she was like, when I'm working, I don't eat, I don't sleep, I don't use the restroom. Why are we the same person?
For you, it's like you have a switch. Like as soon as it comes into your head where it's like, oh, you've got Black Friday stuff to sort, it's like a switch just gets flicked in your brain and you will just work until it's all done. I'm
kind of weird. I probably shouldn't do it like that because I feel like it's not good to do that, but I just feel like my logic is I just need to lock in and get it done. And then, do you know what, actually I did put on my close friends story. Twinkle Toes isn't on because the origins of my close friends story was
just not that close.
Me crashing out about it, but I just think, no, you can't be added to that, it's for the girlies. I did put it on my close friends story. I did take some ADHD medication yesterday. 2 people replied being like, not gonna lie, Amy, this is actually, I did a similar thing and that's how I found out I had ADHD. Honestly, I was so locked in. I did like an insane amount of editing in such a short space of time. I was like, wow. Yeah. Guys, how good does this look? It's a peach Melba Danish from Lane's in Leeds, which, by the way, like, I have a new favourite coffee all the time, but the iced latte from there is probably one of the best I've had in Leeds. Do you know what? Apparently they do a really good breakfast there. I tried to go a few times, but it's always busy every time I've tried. But they do a great coffee and you can just get it for takeout, and they have all these pastries. Got this one because it sounded interesting, but also because I think my mum will like it. It's got like peach and stuff on it, and I did have a nosy at Blank Street. It was really awkward because the man that was working in there saw me taking a picture and got him in the picture and then ran off. It felt really illegal. I felt like I was like doing something wrong.
That is just filth. Filth.
There we go.
I won't be able to eat a full one though. Just the 3 of us. We can make it if we try. Do you know what? No, it's not worth it. This has well and truly become the vlog that just doesn't quite pan out and does not keep on giving. It's now Tuesday. I'm not even going to fill you in on the past few days. Basically, in a nutshell, Black Friday work. I've just been so busy again. My intention was to pick the vlog back up, show you guys like more of my morning routines, updates on my morning routines, updates on the book because I've nearly finished it, but then I thought I was going to finish it. I've still got like 15 pages left because I've not had time to finish it. Tips for like my nighttime routine to make sure I can get up early in the morning, and I've not been able to do any of that because I have just been busy. I'm actually doing something very weird tonight, and it's work related, and I thought this is more interesting than my usual stuff because it's something I don't normally do. It's 25 to 7, like it's the PM of the Tuesday. I'm actually going to the gym for 10 PM to go and shoot a basically like branded content video for Alphalete. First of all, my gym isn't even open at 10 PM. They very kindly, the manager at my gym is so nice. Like, he's so nice. He really does help me out a lot with being able to get my content and stuff. And when it comes to like being able to take photos and stuff in the gym, like, he helped me out with what they let me do there, and I massively do appreciate it. He has basically said that me and Twinkle Toes can go for 10 PM. Obviously the gym closes at 10, and then we can stay for an hour and just film and get what we need to get filmed. Obviously the gym will be closed, so there won't be anyone in there. Well, basically I've had to come up with the idea myself. I still don't know if it's even going to work. A branded post, the suggestion that they gave me, swipe post on long reviews. I already did a reel earlier in the year for the rebrand that was more like my journey with Alphalete, so I've come up with like a slightly different angle so it still fits into like their messaging, because that's what they want it to fit in with. Basically they want it to fit in with the core messaging for the brand. That's essentially what they want these posts to be. But yeah, I'm gonna actually do something very different to my normal content, but I like it when I have like a bigger post to do every so often that I have to put like a considerable amount of thought into. And this needs to be ready to post, needs to be ready for approval by Thursday, and it's Tuesday. I've been left to my own devices for this, but it's fine because luckily that's what Twinkle Toes does for work, videography and photography for fitness people, and he has all the gear and all the idea. Kind of want to cut up a bit of a Beyonce speech. I'm gonna go with the angle of like sort of being overlooked, ignored, talked down to, trodden on, and like finding a little bit of a motivation in that, a little bit of a spark in that, the importance of keeping going even when people around you are being super negative and people aren't being nice and people aren't being supportive. I also think I have my own personal stories that tie into that. Like I don't just want to do like a keep hustling bro kind of post, because I don't really have a message to tie into that. People overlooking you and treating you like crap and just expecting that you're just going to keep taking it and taking it and taking it, not doing anything with it, expecting that you won't do anything with your life, I can relate to. I'm hoping that's how it's going to turn out. If it doesn't turn out that way, it'll be really awkward. It's gonna be very like short clips all together. Twinkle Toes has been so helpful with it. He's literally done like a spreadsheet with like ideas and stuff for me, sort of like what he would do for a client, so incredibly helpful with it, to be honest. I'm very grateful because I would have been screwed without him. Like if I wasn't with him I would have had to pay someone like hundreds of pounds to do this for me, and I also probably would have really struggled. Like what, 2 days notice, it's just not gonna happen. So yeah, I'm hoping it comes out cool because it's something a bit different for me but still very much in line with, like, you know, I have a little bit of a story to tell. I like sharing little bits of myself, not too much. Sometimes with stuff like this it can feel like they want you to like talk about like your deepest darkest traumas and how you've overcome them, but I just feel like honestly deepest darkest traumas probably don't need to be online and probably never will be online, because I also didn't want to do just like a boring like same old swipe post, like a swipey fitness journey post. Like people that follow me, like I'm not getting any or many new followers at all. If anything, I feel like people just keep unfollowing me, which is fair enough because I don't post. Like I get why people do unfollow me. Like it's not even like there's anyone new for me to be sharing my story with. It's the same people that have seen me. They've seen me post my fitness journey over and over again. They know what my fitness journey is. They know what my journey with Alphalete is. Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day because I started panicking, and like I do it sometimes. So I'm hoping that that's what's happened. But I've had in the past week, there's been quite a few people that have followed me on Instagram. I really enjoyed talking to. Like we used to DM all the time, and then I'm like, wait, if you've just followed me, does that mean you unfollowed me? I think I'm a bit too anxious for the line of work that I'm in sometimes, because it really makes me spiral and I think, oh my god, like did I say something? Did I post something? I guess some people just get bored though, and then maybe like around Black Friday people are like, okay, I want the sales information. Also not the best time of year to be having these sorts of questions because there's always so much pressure around Black Friday to perform really well for the brands that you work with and stuff as well. So it's not the best time of year to be thinking, oh, losing quite a lot of followers. And I'm getting a lot of people following me that definitely used to follow me because we used to talk all the time. I'm grateful to have people back. Probably too sensitive to be in the line of work that I'm in. I was going to pick up the vlog again tomorrow because I still had quite a lot of work to do earlier. I had client check-ins. I was like, I could film that, but I've literally already filmed that. I've already filmed and shown that. Bit of a weird re-pick up of the vlog because I'm restarting it on an evening, but hey, fingers can't be choosers. Yeah, I definitely get in my head sometimes about Instagram. Never YouTube, weirdly. I feel like YouTube I just come on and post. When it comes to Instagram, I've mentioned it a few times in vlogs over the years. The whole like following, unfollowing, losing followers when I don't post, when I do try post more, still losing followers. I always feel like scared to post sometimes because I'm like, oh no, because if I post, I'm going to remind people that they're still following me, and then they'll realise, oh actually I don't want to be following that person anymore, and then they'll unfollow me. So sometimes I'm like, do I just not post and like blend into the background? No one knows I'm here. It's such a weird way of going about things, and I'm definitely, I honestly actually need to sort out, because otherwise I am my own worst enemy when it comes to this sort of stuff. I've never even done like a nighttime shoot with Alphalete themselves, which apparently is quite common. I thought that was what Black Friday was going to be, but we didn't actually end up doing much. Well, some people did. I didn't end up doing much. I didn't actually have that many shoots to do. I'd like geared myself up for this like crazy week of shooting. They'll start the shoot at 11 PM and end at 4 AM, and I know it sounds kind of weird, but I was kind of excited for that. I was like, oh, that sounds, put me to work me like a dog. Didn't have that, but to be fair, no one did. They didn't really do the whole like nighttime shoots, which I think also just for like the media team, definitely better for them, because they're the people that actually then have to like sit and edit all this stuff on like 2 hours sleep, so not good. Okay guys, the time is 21:11. We've just got in the car, we're about to set off. Well, we're going to set off when the, oh god, it's honestly, it's a miserable evening. We're waiting for the mist to clear off the screen, and then we're off to the gym. Shouldn't take ages, should it?
No, maybe like an hour or so.
An hour?
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half, really?
It's not the actual shooting, it's setting everything up. You don't understand how much shit I've brought with me for like lighting.
Oh, we better get a
Because I
wiggle
don't
on
just
then.
want like the gym lights, because the gym lights are shit, so I brought all studio lights.
Oh, we've got all studio lights. It's bloody hell. Guys, you're gonna finally get a whole behind the scenes of a photo shoot. Exciting times.
It's only taking you a year to use my services.
I know, I've never actually, well, I mean, I have done a shoot with you before, but not like a shoot, so. Yeah.
Shoot.
Guys, this is Twinkle Toes setup. Wow. Hello guys, we are currently still shooting. I can't talk much because we're playing Beyonce and I'll get the copyright strike. We're in the gym. This is Twinkle Toes' setup. And we've got all the lights. Yeah, we're doing cardio clips now and then some more lifting and then we're done.
Stop recording this.
Twinkle Toes is packing up, guys. This is so weird. It's actually so creepy being in the gym and there's just no one here and there's no music. Super creepy. I could totally like, I don't know, I could steal something. This bench. You're coming home with me. I'll notice. I'll just take the whole dumbbell rack. They'll never know. How are they gonna know? 11:30. And the fact that we've probably shot enough footage for like a 30-second reel is crazy because we've been here for 2 hours. Never underestimate how much I feel really sorry for Twinkle Toes because he's a poor person that has to go through all of it, but yes, I love my gym. They're very kind and very hospitable for letting me do this, so shout out to Connor, the manager at Graft House, because he is the best and we love him, and him and Twinkle Toes have single-handedly saved my ass this week, so big love. Hopefully the reel comes out cute. I'm gonna laugh if it never sees the light of day. Morning guys, I've just pulled up to the gym. It is way later. I feel like this vlog, obviously it's been all about me getting into my new morning routine. I've been loving it. This morning, and obviously at the weekend, I'm not doing it on weekends, and this morning I did not. I can't even lie. I did not do it because we got back at about 12:30 from doing that shoot last night and I didn't sleep until like 1. When my alarm went off at 5, I was like, no. And I make this mistake every single Black Friday. It sounds ridiculous because what do you mean you end up making yourself poorly? You make fucking PDFs, you film and you edit videos. Like, it's a very easy job, and I'm not saying it's hard by any means, but there is a pattern with me, and every single Black Friday I tend to end up getting poorly because sleep at stupid hours, get up at stupid hours, I run off barely any sleep, I barely eat, I don't train, I don't look after myself. So this go around I was like, I'm not doing that again. So yeah, when my alarm went off at 5, I was like, do you know what, I think it's actually probably better if I skip my morning routine this morning and get my sleep in, because that's something I think I'm going to speak about a bit more today. In order to be able to get up at 5 AM and do it in a healthy way, you are going to have to make sure that you are going to bed earlier. Like, you cannot outrun the maths on that. If you are still going to bed at 2 in the morning and getting up at 5, you're going to feel like shit, and your body is going to eventually force you into stopping doing that. It will make you sick in the end. Like, something will happen, something's going to have to give. So you have to basically reverse engineer getting up early in the morning. You have to do shit differently the night before. And obviously last night we started shooting at like 9:45, finished at like 11:30, 11:45, then had to come home, then I had to tidy up, then I had to come home. So obviously it just wasn't feasible this morning. So today my focus is on training. I'm gonna go train, get my steps in, look after myself that way. I have a little bit of work to do. I have a little bit of a lull today because luckily Twinkle Toes is editing that video for me, so I'm gonna need to work with him on that today. He's doing the heavy lifting for that. I've given him my idea. I'm like, we're gonna do Beyonce. I said, I want something big. I want something that says I'm here. Beyonce. I just hope that it comes out good, because otherwise I'm gonna feel really embarrassed, to be honest, because like I said yesterday, pretty much everyone else's posts got filmed and edited and like all sorted by Alphalete. So I'm gonna be I just want it to turn out as good as everyone else's, because like, why don't I get a video that's as cool as everyone else's? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna feel so embarrassed if it turns out bad, because yeah, I really want it to turn out good, like really badly. Day vlog wise, I think tonight I want to go through like proper nighttime routine and actually give some more helpful tips. If you are someone who, I know that to some people this is so tone deaf, because like, I actually don't have a choice, so like I have to get up. For anyone who's in a similar boat to me, maybe you're self-employed, maybe have a more flexible work life, but you do want to get up earlier, tips for doing that. Because I will be honest, like it's massively, I'll talk about it more towards the end of the vlog, but it's massively helped me over the past week. Like I said, I've avoided getting ill. I'm still feeling like generally very well rested. I'm still looking after myself properly because I'm giving myself a bit more time in the day. Definitely been helping me. I'll talk about that more. I've even got like data from my Oura ring to back me up. Like, we're going full Bill Nye Science Guy on this bitch. Having said that, it's now 12:10. I'm gonna go to the gym. I think Bella is actually coming to my gym today, which is so fun, but this wasn't planned. I was literally about to set off and she was like, oh, I'm on my way to Leeds, by the way, and she's gonna come and film in my gym. So I'm actually training, but she's filming, so we will bump into each other, but I might, say hello to the vlog. But in terms of filming training, I'm actually not going to film my training session today, purely because I already filmed, this is a workout that I filmed some clips of last week. Very miserable today, so I might actually just stay at the gym longer and do my steps on the treadmill, because I brought my book to finish. I've got like 15 pages left, and then I've also brought my second book, which I'm going to be starting, which is a little bit more of an intense book apparently, but we're going to see how I get on with it. It's been highly recommended to me for years, and then when I was on the Alphalete trip, one of the girls was talking about it, and I think they were actually saying that Sebum like highly recommended the book, and I was like, oh, like it's good enough for Sebum, it's good enough for me. Do you know what I mean? Let's go train. Hopefully we'll bump into Bella. I did bring her some goods back from the US, so I'll be able to give her those. But yeah, this is just your reminder that like the idea of getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning is nice, but you need to reverse engineer that. And if you consistently go to bed really late like I did last night, and you're still forcing yourself to get up at 5 a.m, 6 a.m, if you have to get up at that time, please consider trying to get a little bit of a better nighttime routine in place, because otherwise you're just going to run yourself into the ground over time. Like you are burning the candle at both ends. But yeah, by the way, I'm actually like obsessed with this fleece jacket. Like, it's not perfect, but like no product is, but this is honestly, I know this sounds bad against Alphalete, but I don't mean it in a bad way. This fleece is so nice that it doesn't even feel like an Alphalete piece. It feels like something I would go and buy from like an actual like shop. Like, it's so nice and like fleecy, and like it's literally like going out in a dressing gown. The only thing is the cuffs are a little snug, so even though they're plenty long enough, I find that they end up sitting like this and then sort of get caught here. So yeah, anyway, let's go train. Now back from the gym. It's 4:15, and I put my food in the air fryer whilst I showered. I've gone upstairs and showered. I feel so much better for that. Put on my new Aritzia tank top in like the cherry blossom pink colour. I just think it's so cute, and it's so soft, like when you get a new rib tank top and it's just so soft and silky and comfortable. So moisturised, shoved that on, and then by the time I came downstairs, my lunch was ready.
Oh.
So what? Stink?
Yeah.
Of what?
Cabbage.
No, I've made broccoli. So I've got a lamb burger with mint sauce, and then some potatoes with mint sauce and broccoli. The lamb burgers I get from, well, they're called lamb grill steaks. I get them from Morrison's. They're really nice, but this cooked in the air fryer whilst I was showering to save time, because then I need to go to my best friend's house because it's her birthday tomorrow, so I need to drop her presents off. So I eat this. I was a lot longer in the gym than I thought I would be because Ella was there and we got chin wagging, and then we just couldn't stop, so I'm slightly running late on my day. But this is my lunch, and I'm making sure I eat this now before I go, because I don't want to end up, I go around to Kennedy's and I get back at 5 p.m. Then I have my lunch at 5 p.m. Then I'll have to have my tea at like 8, 9 p.m. and then I just feel like I'll talk about in depth later, but things like eating closer to bedtime really messes with my ability to get to sleep. Eating this quicker so that I can have my tea at about 6. Nothing to do with like I think I'm gonna get fat or something like that. I just find that I feel like it wakes my body up and I can't sleep properly. Gift wrapping for £1, but obviously the gift wrapping is very like Christmas coded. So that's a little bit awkward because it's not a Christmas gift, but the gift wrapping is beautiful. It comes in this, and then I opened it earlier. It's like tissue wrapped with a sticker, a little note, and then all the gifts are in a little like cotton Space NK bag. So definitely worth £1 in my opinion, especially if you're shit at wrapping like me. Hey guys, I'm back. I had my tea at about 6 p.m. when I got back. I've tidied my room so that my room is nice and tidy, and I'm gonna start winding down for bed. I've already showered, so I don't need to do that. It's 20 to 8. Ideally, I want to be asleep by 9:30 tonight, so I will run you through how that means I'm reverse engineering. So I'm starting it from tomorrow morning. So let's say I want to get up at 5 a.m. I know that my body, I kind of need like closer to 8 to 9 hours of sleep. So obviously if I'm getting up at 5, if I can be asleep by 9:30 at the very latest, that gives me 7.5 hours of sleep, which is still a decent amount of time. Ideally I'll be asleep by 9. That would give me a full 8 hours of sleep. Some people survive well off less, some people need more. Everyone is so different. That's sort of how I work out what time I need to be asleep by. Then when I've got what time I need to be asleep by, I've obviously got my nighttime routine. So for me personally, I will try and get myself in the shower and like pajama-ified or like ready for bed like 2 hours before, just because I find that when I'm showering like close to bedtime or close to when I want to be asleep, I feel like even though it's a warm shower, because I don't fuck with cold showers, I feel like it does wake me up slightly. Baths are a bit different, but I'm a fake tan girly, so I don't bath often because it literally, my fake tan will come off so much quicker. So I'm a shower person and I do always shower on night time. So I'll do that about 2 hours before. No meals, like big meals. So obviously I had my tea at 6. I try to keep my last big meal at least 2 hours before I want to be asleep. Little yogurt bowl or a little bedtime snack, I can definitely get away with having closer to bed, and I will have one of those this evening. But that's sort of like the food and getting myself ready for bed. Then I do have like a nice cozy setup in my room. So in terms of lighting, I will not put like my big light on. I have lights above my bed. I try not to turn those on. Probably tonight, let's say I want to be asleep by 9:30, I won't turn those on past 8:30. Like I will make sure that all those lights are sort of out. If I do have any light, I will typically use this here, which is my Philips alarm clock, but as you can see, it doesn't like light up my entire, well, it's not on the full like whack brightness, but it just gives like a nice cozy like warm little bit of light. It's definitely doesn't make my room super bright. I'm not gonna lie, I don't always avoid TV. I personally am someone who noise helps me sleep. I will very often fall asleep with the TV on, so I'm not gonna say I avoid all screens. I do try to avoid my phone and my laptop just because it's a lot closer to you, or an hour before bed. So 8:30 means no phone time. If I am going on my phone, it might be a phone call to Twinkle Toes, but I will not actually be physically on my phone. I just have it next to me. Or sometimes to help me sleep, I might put a long YouTube video on my phone, but again, I'm not watching it. I put it face down and I just listen to it. I do find that when I've got a lot of screens very close to my face, for some reason my TV doesn't bother me, but screens very close to my face, close to bedtime, wakes me up. Especially like social media, I feel like time goes so quick on TikTok. I get into bed at 9 p.m. thinking I'm going to get an early night, and before I know it, it's 2 a.m. and I'm still scrolling on TikTok. It's really easy to get into that, so I will especially try and avoid opening TikTok close to bedtime because I feel like it's just so addictive for me. I always make sure that like in terms of pajamas and stuff, sorry I know this is a really boring tip, but like just making sure that I've not got anything on that's too hot. So like I wouldn't try and sleep in like fluffy pajamas. I keep my pajamas quite nice and light. My bedding is like the perfect temperature for me. It keeps me like a really good temperature, because if you're too hot, you're not going to be able to sleep, and if you're too cold, you're also not going to be able to sleep. So finding a good temperature that works for you. I might do little things as well, like light a candle. My little Macca Packa Rocks candle smells so good. It's the Rooms candle. I spoke about this on TikTok and it went like, between the videos I've got like 450,000 views, and everyone was just basically bullying me for this candle. Like it's definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but it smells like Delina, like a sweeter version of Delina, and I really like it. So I might also light a candle before bedtime just to make my room nice and cozy. Especially as well, being self-employed, I really try and avoid opening like any emails or WhatsApps like an hour and a half, 2 hours hours before bed, otherwise I just feel like I can end up, especially like with certain elements of work, if I get a message that's like not good, or I've done something wrong, or that close to bed, it will literally keep me up all night. I've had multiple instances of that where someone about, oh, we need a meeting, but they won't tell me what the meeting's about, and then I cannot sleep. Like, I find it really hard to sleep, so I also try to avoid anything work related too close to bedtime. Warm drinks, I do like having a little bit of a cup of tea before bed. Yes, it has caffeine in, but I personally don't notice that it impacts me. I do like a warm drink before bed. I feel like that helps me get sleepy. And then if I do need extra assistance, I get them when I go to America, the Ollie sleep gummies. I'm not going to be able to sleep, or I feel like I'm trying and I'm really struggling, I will take these, and I find these to be really, really effective. You shouldn't take them all the time. You shouldn't not like overdose on them, but you shouldn't take too much of them either, because too much melatonin, I believe, can actually have the opposite impact. I don't like to take them all the time because there might not be any science behind this, but I'm convinced if I took these all the time, my body would become like immune to it, and it just wouldn't work as effectively. So I save these for emergencies, but these are my emergency sleep gummies, and they really come in clutch for me. These really work. These aren't even the extra strength ones. I have a tub of those as well, but these ones work just as well. So these are my like emergency backups for when I can't get to sleep, because yeah, like I said earlier, if you want to be a person that gets up earlier, that needs to start the night before. Like, you can't burn the candle at both ends, being like, I'm going to stay up till silly hours and get up at silly hours. You are just might be able to do it for a few days, but you're not going to be able to do that consistently. I think something that can be really difficult is when people try and throw themselves in at the deep end. Like, if you are for whatever reason used to getting up at like 10 a.m. and you're saying you want to start getting up at 5 a.m, I think you will probably actually really struggle to do so. I would recommend trying to wake up in like 15 minutes earlier, half an hour earlier, an hour earlier, and slowly build it up that way. I think there can be a lot of pressure to like, you want to be a 5 a.m. person, so you're just going to start straight away, and it doesn't matter what time you get up now, like, you're just going to throw yourself in at the deep end. But that's going to make it really hard to stay consistent to, and also really hard for your body to adapt to. And again, these are just little tips that have helped me, and I really don't want this video to come across as tone deaf, because I'm well aware that like I'm sat here making it this whole routine thing, and like for a lot of people, this routine, if you've got kids, you're probably not going to be able to do this routine. If you have to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning, I can understand why you might find this annoying, because it's almost like, if you don't need to get up at 5, why are you getting up at 5? Or also sharing it because I know that I do have a lot of girls on here who are in similar positions in terms of being self-employed, and I know how hard that can be in terms of getting up at a reasonable time, making sure that you actually have like a proper balance to your days. Because for me, sometimes I just think there's no one like breathing down my neck over this. Like, I can technically do my work whenever. There's certain stuff that needs doing in a timely manner, but there's certain stuff where like I can literally do it whenever. So I might be like, I'm gonna do nothing all day, and I'll start work at 8 p.m. and I'll work till 2 in the morning, but that's not healthy, and it's not good, and it also makes it really hard to have a consistent routine. So, but yeah, I thought I would just run you through like sort of like the bedtime tips that I've been using, and they've all been massively helping me out. And then in terms of getting up in the morning, having like a tracksuit or something by my bed, I will literally just like shove a tracksuit down the side of my bed, pop that on in the morning when I wake up. I'll make sure I've got socks as well so that my feet aren't cold, because it's so cold in the UK right now, and I will literally shove that on, go downstairs and either make breakfast and then go to the gym, obviously come back upstairs and get changed for that, or go downstairs, get on the walking pad, do a bit of reading, have a cup of tea, sort out my day from there. And that's what we'll be doing in the morning. I'm going to see which way I go about things. I don't think I'm going to go to the gym straight away in the morning. I think I'm going to do work first. That's my plan for tomorrow. Yeah, that massively helps me out, because I'm just like, I'm not in bed thinking, oh my god, like I'm going to have to, sounds stupid, but like I'm going to have to go through my wardrobe and work out something like cozy to put on. It's just basically removing all the small barriers that you might have that would convince you it's easier to stay in bed in the morning. Something that I also do use is the 5-second rule. I've been using it on and off for various things since I was in uni, when I learned about the 5-second rule, which is basically, I think it can take your brain like 5 seconds to talk you out of doing something. So as soon as you wake up, as soon as your alarm clock goes off, you need to get up, you need to move, you need to stand up, you need to do something to put momentum behind what you're trying to do. If you lay in bed, we've all done it, the amount of times you lay in bed and you're like, technically I don't need to get up, like I could just go to the gym another day, I could just go and do this another day, I don't technically need to do that. And it's not even necessarily just about getting up, it's like you can do that with anything. Like, you might get home from work and be tired and think, well, technically I can go to the gym on the weekend. Yeah, but are you going to go to the gym on the weekend? Or are you going to have social plans on the weekend that you'd rather go and do, and then you just don't end up going to the gym at all, full stop, because you've convinced yourself that you're gonna, but then you never quite do. We've all been there. I've definitely been there. So I definitely utilise the 5-second rule. And then again, bring her up again, but this alarm clock is sensational. I have had this alarm clock. It's the Philips one. They definitely don't sell this specific one anymore. They still do light alarm clocks. I think they've gotten very expensive though. Essentially what it does is you set it for like 5 a.m. and it starts going off maybe like 10 minutes earlier, not going off, but basically slowly increases the light from like completely pitch black to lighting itself up to light up your room to naturally wake you up. And the sound on mine is like birds chirping, like what you would hear in the summer. I find this such a nice way to wake up. So none like, ugh, I feel like sometimes the iPhone alarms are so loud and so like, oh my god, like irritating first thing on the morning that you just want to like make the sound stop like as soon as possible, like straight away. So you end up sort of just being like and turning it off, and then you might get snoozy, you might go back to sleep. This is much nicer. It's a much nicer way of waking up, and honestly it has made my 5 a.m. wake ups 10 times easier. So I highly recommend, if there's one tip that you are going to take from this, I hate it because it's a consumerism tip, but these light alarm clocks, there's so many different places that do them. They really do work, in my opinion. They work very well for me. If you're a super heavy sleeper, it might not work, but you are someone like me where I really struggle in the winter. In the summer, I'm fine with getting up. I don't find it difficult. I struggle in the winter because of those darker mornings. Summer, I wake up at like 6 because I like to sleep with I'm a weirdo. I sleep with my blinds open, guys, because I really like to be woken up by the sun. I find that that's the best way for my body to be woken up. I know it sounds really hippy dippy, but I've always been like that, even when I was at school when I was like 13 and I wasn't even thinking about it like biological point of view. It's just always been the way that I wake up easiest, happiest, least grouchy. You don't get that in the winter unless you're going to wake up at like 8:30, 9, which I just can't do that and manage my stress levels properly. I just won't have enough hours in a day. Having the alarm clock to sort of mimic that is such a game changer for me. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I think this is probably going to be my last clip of the vlog for this evening. We did 11 rewrites of that video. I think we've got it. I can't play the full thing because it's got Beyonce's Freedom in the background. I hope that people like it. I'm really scared that people are going to be like, what the fuck, like this is, I don't know, but I just want it to, I hope that it doesn't like stick out like a sore thumb and look like really shit compared to everyone else's. Like I think that's what I'm most nervous about, because everyone else's looks so good, because Alphalete obviously professionally shot and edited everyone else's. Worried, but I'm also really proud because this came from my brain. Twinkletoes executed it and he's done so well with it.
Overweight, unworthy, untalented, or so have I. But now is the time to turn those criticisms into fuel and motivation to become a beautiful beast. I'ma keep on running cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
I hope people like it. I'm so scared to post it, but hopefully people like it. Anyway, it's 8 p.m. now, so I'm gonna pop my pajamas on, get into bed, pop something on the telly, and I will see you guys hopefully 5 o'clock in the morning. Good afternoon. You saw me this morning looking very sleepy, but I actually haven't spoken to you since because I have been working all morning. I have just finished filming, like there is a shit ton of mess everywhere. I've just finished filming my top picks video for Alphalete's Black Friday, so now 2 p.m. She took a while. Now I need to get on with editing that, but before I do that, I wanted to actually, my aura ring looks totally different. Okay, this is annoying. Okay, so whilst I was trying to cram everything into my days and not getting up earlier and just like basically burning the candle at both ends sort of thing, my readiness scores were like 61. Even if my sleep said it was good, my readiness scores were pretty low. 74, which is good, it's not bad, but like it's not great. 69, I think the lowest I got was when I was in Houston. I was getting like in the 50s, which I've never had that since I got my aura ring. That's the thing that I kind of wanted to improve. But the other thing that I've been, and then this is my more recent scores, once I got a couple days into doing my earlier wake up, my sleep is optimal. My readiness was 81. And then when we go into this week, because I didn't wear it over the weekend, readiness optimal. We've got my sleep 95 optimal, readiness 79, sleep 84, readiness 80, sleep 87, readiness today 92, sleep 87. But I've basically added like 20 points on average to my scores in the past 2 weeks, and I think it is because of my new routine that I've been getting myself into. And like I stressed yesterday, there is no way that that's going to work if you do not sort out a proper bedtime routine, because you cannot burn the candle at both ends. My aura score hasn't gone up because I'm getting up up earlier, it's because I'm in a more actually solid routine. I'm not editing till like 2 a.m, then waking up at 8 a.m. some days. Some days I'm up at 6 a.m. Some days I'm sleeping till 10 a.m. because I was editing till 4 a.m. I'm in more of like a solid and consistent routine now, which seems to be helping me out a lot. And the other things to go over that my Oura ring has picked up is that a trend is being detected that my sleep efficiency has been trending upwards and is now on par with my baseline, which is obviously really, really, really good. So my Oura ring is saying that my sleep health is thriving. My resilience is now trending back upwards again. So my resilience on the Oura ring has always pretty much been either strong or exceptional. This is my data from a few months ago. And then when I was in Houston, it was dropping down to like adequate. It came all the way down to adequate, and I've basically struggled to get it back up since then. It went from adequate to solid, but sort of just like streamlined. Then since Tuesday the 4th of November, so the first week of me actually really trying to get into this new solid routine for myself, we've gone from adequate verging on like solid, this was that day, up to now we are on strong and we are trending upwards. So this is basically my resilience over the past 2 weeks has gone from borderline adequate to strong, and I think I'll probably get it up to exceptional soon as well, because I have a much better balance of my nighttime recovery, my daytime recovery, and my daytime stress. Like my stress is still showing as high, moderate to high, but because I'm actually having more daytime and nighttime recovery, my resilience is therefore higher, because stress is a part of life. Like it's not something that we can avoid. It's not something you can never, ever, ever be in a state of. Like you will experience stress. Even going to the gym is putting stress on your body. You are going to experience stress. It's about trying to manage it. And I feel like that's what I started this vlog talking about, was I wanted to try this new routine to basically improve my Oura ring's resilience score, but also just help myself mentally, because even without knowing my resilience score had gone from exceptional down to adequate, I knew that there was something not right. Like I felt like shit. I felt really stressed. I felt really overwhelmed. I felt really snappy. Like I just felt like my brain was going to bust or like combust. And as someone who really does struggle with routine, it's definitely been eye-opening to me in the past 2 weeks how much this new sort of routine that I've been embarking on has been helping me. I just think that now I have the data to back up the fact that what I have done in the past 2 weeks has hit my goals of improving my resilience, managing my stress, managing my recovery. I literally have the data to back it up, and I've not told my Oura ring I'm doing anything different. It's just monitoring my heart rate, monitoring my stress, monitoring my state of stress, whether I'm engaged, highly stressed, whatever it is. And I've managed since starting this vlog to go from adequate to right up to strong, and I'm hoping we'll get to exceptional again, because that's where I usually was before. Like it's a huge privilege. I don't have to get up at 5 a.m. I know that I'm very, very, very lucky to be in that position. I don't want, like I said last night, I don't want this video to come across as me being like, oh my god, like I'm so cool because I get up at 5 a.m. Like that's most people's reality and they don't have a choice in it. I have definitely noticed, like, because I'm self-employed and I technically, it can just, basically my routine can just get very, 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 very haywire, and I feel like I've had a much more solid daytime routine over the past few weeks that I'm really happy with, and it's helped me out a lot. But yeah, Bill Nye Science Guy, I just wanted to give you guys the data that I have to back it up in case you are in a similar position and you're thinking about getting yourself into a new like bedtime and morning routine. Do it, because clearly I feel better, but also like I literally have the statistical data to back it up as well. Yeah, I thought maybe it's just like a placebo effect, but no, like my body is genuinely like coping with my stress levels and stuff a lot better, so I'm very, very, very happy. I do, however, now need to stop yappering because I need to edit this YouTube video. So yeah, I'm gonna go and edit my YouTube video and I will catch you guys in a bit, but I just wanted to give you like the data update, and I'm very, 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 very happy with it. Morning guys, it's now, I think we're on, yeah, what about 6:15. My morning routine this morning has looked a little different. I've not been on the walking pad, I've not done any reading yet. I'm going to try and get some done this morning just because I just want to front load my work for the day and try and get through as much as I possibly can this morning. Major priority for me. So I got up at 5 with Twinkle, and yeah, I've actually just finished up on editing this YouTube video. I just had like text and like overlays to add in, so this is now done. This is exporting. I'm now taking a break. By the way, if you guys like, well, if you're watching this and you've got this far, you like long vlogs. If you like longer vlogs, this YouTube account, she needs no introduction. She has like 900k subscribers. She's nearly got 1 million followers, but amazing vlogs. I love watching her vlogs. The vibes are just 10 out of 10 immaculate. So whilst this is exporting, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, just whilst it's exporting, and finish drinking my cup of tea, which is now gone cold. I might actually make myself another one. And then my other thing that I really need to do this morning, either before I go to the gym, whilst I'm at the gym, because I might do some, well no, it's not a might, I'm going to do some cardio after. I need to come up with my caption for my post today. Alphalete did approve it, yay, so I can post it, but I need to come up with a caption because I feel like there's a lot I want to say, and I'm just like, I want to say it in a good way. I'm really good at, as we can, some people might disagree, I'm good at really fleshing out my thoughts in a long format, and I know that I can write concise, punchy things because I used to be really good at it at school, but I feel like I've just really leaned into like long form stuff. So when it comes to Instagram captions, I'm like, oh god, I need to come up with that. And I also need to make a thumbnail for this YouTube video, but now that this is edited, it's going to definitely be able to go up today, which is fantastic because we've got 2 days until Black Friday goes live. So I like having all my videos up in like a timely manner. This should hopefully be really helpful for people. Fingers crossed.
The crowds, okay? One thing that I used to be nuts, right? But not like Trader Joe's in New York. It's a whole...
It's 9 AM. I've done my video, my thumbnail, coaching work that I just needed to catch up on. And I've just got myself ready for the gym. So I'm going to go to the gym and train legs and do cardio. I've got a lot of cardio to do, so I'm going to take my book, and I'm also going to sort out my Instagram post caption whilst I'm doing it. I ordered a bunch of perfume samples the other day because I've not done like a massive sample in ages, and I've been getting all these like TikToks about these different fragrances, and for me personally, sometimes a sample is enough, and like I might like a scent, but would I want a full bottle of it? No. So I thought we could do some first impressions together. So I've got my paper and I've got my bag of samples. The first one I've already sprayed, and it's Celestial Object by Lise, I think that's how you say it, and oh my god, I put it on my hand. It's like the nicest. I've not looked up the notes for any of these, so this is just my nose descriptions, but it's like the nicest like almondy marzipan sort of light desserty sort of scent. It's not super sweet, it's a bit like nutty and like it's on the like creamier side, and I just think this is such a nice perfume. So yeah, I've already done that one, but that is Lise Celestial Object. Oh, this is Brown Girl Jane Chalet. This is meant to be, I know this from when I was in Sephora in America, this is meant to be like chocolate and champagne vibes, I think. Obviously I'm doing paper, so like I don't know how the rest of them are going to be on my skin. Oh, I definitely do get like fizzy chocolate vibes. It really reminds me of like one of the old like OG celebrity perfumes. It kind of reminds me of Beyonce Heat mixed with like a one of the Britney Spears ones. Yeah, it's a very like sweet, fizzy, but I can definitely smell that it has chocolate in it, which sounds like such a weird scent, fizzy chocolate, but that is genuinely like, that is how I would describe how this smells. I don't love that, to be honest. So again, this is why sampling is key, because I feel like based off what everyone was saying on TikTok, I thought I would love it. But next, I've been so excited to try this. We've got Commodity Milk Orchid. This is so fun for me, by the way. This was like, I was deep in the depths of my YouTube editing last week, and I was like, I need something to look forward to, so I just placed an order. Consumerism core. I just knew that this would be something nice to do when I was done with like the bulk of my work, which I am now. So this was actually Commodity's collab with the perfume, I think she's called the Perfumer on TikTok. Oh, it smells like Hawaiian Tropics Aftersun. I mean, it's lovely, but I'm not really getting milk. It smells like a tropical scent. I'm convinced this has to have been labelled wrong. No? I'm convinced this has been labelled wrong because it smells like musky tropicals fruit. I mean, it smells delicious, but that does not smell how I was expecting it to smell. I was expecting it to be like milky and figgy. That smells like it could be a close cousin of like vanilla powder or herba pura. Maybe it's very different on skin. I'm convinced that one has got to be mislabeled, surely. Like, that cannot be the milk perfume, surely. It smells nice though, but it's not milky. This one I literally bought. This is the power of the names of your perfumes. I bought it because of the name. It's 1969 Female Christ. I have no idea what this is going to smell like. I just thought Female Christ, love that name. Oh my god, no. No, that smells like my dad's aftershave. That stinks. There's a specific aftershave that my dad owns, and he's owned it for like 20 years, and it's got like dust on it. That's exactly what this smells like. This is Theodoros Kalotinis gingerbread dough. They had this one, they had an apple pie one, but the gingerbread one was just screaming out to me because I do like the Jo Malone gingerbread one, but I've not bought it. So, and I think this is meant to be a bit cheaper. Oh my god, it really has like the doughiness to it. The gingerbread one from Jo Malone smells like a gingerbread biscuit. This one definitely has like a milkier, doughier, uncooked scent to it. It smells exactly like gingerbread though. That's very photorealistic. If you like gingerbread and you like sweet scent, you'll honestly really love this. It's way like milkier and sweeter in my opinion than the Jo Malone one. Oh, that's so interesting. That is so photorealistic. Next I have Van Cleef & Arpels Neroli Amara, but this is like, basically I like the original, but this is a new version that they've done, which is meant to be, I think, a bit stronger. So instead of being in a white bottle, it's in a black bottle. It's got slightly different arrangement of notes. Oh, that is really nice. This is like a clean, musky, definitely like citrusy scent. I don't love citrus. This has definitely got orange in it. I'll be really shocked if it doesn't have orange in it. It smells like the original, but just a little bit. I feel like the orange is a bit more prominent in this one. If you like scents like Vallejo and Fleur Narcotique, I think this will be very much up your street. I can't tell whether I prefer this one or the original version, but both are absolutely great. If you like clean, musky, like bright scents, you will really like that. Next, we have a viral vanilla. This is Gritty's Vanilla Tana, which I've heard really good things about online, so we will see how she smells. Oh, it smells like Tipex, but so many people love this, that cannot be right. It's quite alcoholic. I'm definitely getting the vanilla as it dries, but it is quite alcoholic. I think this might be one that sits better on the skin than it does on paper, because it's like an alcoholic vanilla. It's not super sweet, it's not super creamy in my opinion, not based off first sniff anyway. It's also quite weak. I feel like I'm having to get really close to it to smell it properly. I could also be going nose blind because I've just smelled so many different scents, but I don't, based off the rip, I don't love that. But usually what happens for me with perfumes is the perfumes I hate at first, or like I'm like, I'm indifferent to it, I end up really loving and wanting a full bottle of. So that's pretty much happened with all my favourite perfumes. Oh, I didn't mean to get this one. This one is Jo Malone Sandalwood and Spiced Apricot, but I meant to get Inicio's Can't Get Enough, the new like caramelly one, which I have smelled. It's absolutely unreal. I just wanted a tester to like wear test it on myself. But okay, so final one is Danum Mooncake, which I've heard a lot about. Ooh. It's quite floral in the opening, like very green floral, not like sweet. It's very green. It smells a bit like a flower bush, like fresh flowers. And it's dry and it's gone smoky. This is weird. This is a weird scent. It smells like sesame seeds. That's a very, very, very strange scent. I don't think I like that. No, I don't think I like that. That smells a little bit weird to me. Okay. My favourites from what I've just smelled are definitely the Celestial Object. That one is really nice. Like really, really, really nice. The Gingerbread Dough, that one's nice as well. The Neroli Amara, that one is really nice. Commodity Milk Orchid, even though I'm so confused by the scent of it, because it doesn't smell milky at all. Why does it smell tropical? I'm so convinced. Has that been mislabeled? Because that does not smell how I was expecting it to smell. I really like it, but it just doesn't smell what I expected it to smell like at all. That's so strange. For my perfume today then, I'm going to put on Celestial Object, because this is the one that I've definitely enjoyed the most out of all of them. Oh, it just smells like marzipan-y. It's so, so, so nice. I think I'm going to do, I've obviously got a white top on today, so I think I'm going to do my pink pump shorts and let's go to the gym. Okay guys, it's now a few hours later. I've sorted my caption, I'm back from the gym, chilling, doing a little bit of work. But I am actually going to round off this vlog here because I feel like this has now been going on for like 1.5 weeks. It's no longer a weekly vlog. This is a bi-weekly vlog. So I don't want to make it too long, but still long enough for my people that like a longer vlog. Yeah, I thought to round off the vlog, I've already kind of given you an update on like the routine and stuff, which I am still thoroughly enjoying. Like I really, I'm enjoying it. I have no notes. Like I said yesterday, the proof is in the pudding. It's definitely showing in like my data from like my biometrics as well that it's really working well for me, so I'm super happy with it. By the way, every single time I sit next to this candle, I just look at it and I'm like, my Maca rocks. I kind of want to burn it, but I'm not staying here tonight. I'm staying at Twinkle Toes' house, so I don't think I'm going to burn it this evening. But to all the TikTok haters, I just happen to love my Maca rocks candle. Anyway, I thought to round off, obviously I did start this book in this vlog and I finished this book in this vlog. This book is a very easy read. Like, if I show you how the pages look, there's not like a ton of text on them. You could easily, honestly, you could read this in a day if you just had the full day to read it. It's a very easy read. It's very digestible. It's nothing too heavy. I would say the main takeaway from this book is really like that. I mean, the mountain is you. It's mainly about getting out of your own way, not putting yourself in a sort of like victim mindset, self-sabotage, all that sort of stuff. And I feel like I read out one of my main takeaways from it the other day, so I'm not going to bore you with it again, but there's definitely a couple light bulb moments in this. It's not an entirely surface level book, but it's also not, for me, completely life-changing. Would I recommend it? Yes, for like an easy read, but I don't think for me it's like completely life-changing. But I definitely would recommend it if you are maybe at a crossroads in life, or like you need to make a change but you don't know how to do it, or you just feel like you are constantly saying that you want to do something in life but your actions are not lining up and you just can't understand why you are behaving in that way. It will help you get a better understanding on that. The body keeps the score whilst I was in the gym today, but guys, this is a different ball game. Like, this is the text on this one, and I know from speaking to people that this is not an easy read, so this is probably going to take me a while to read. I will keep you guys posted on it, but I'm not expecting this one to be a light read. I've heard it's actually quite intense, so I probably will take my time going through this book. And also, I still need to finish this book as well, so maybe in between reading this I will also read this one for just a bit more of a break, because this one's actually a bit like light read, but it's definitely a lighter read. Oh my god, this book looks ancient. How old does this look? I literally got it a couple of months ago, but it's gone all, it literally looks old because it's obviously been sat with like in beach bags with SPF and stuff. It's like completely discoloured. That's hilarious. But yeah, these will be, I need to finish this and I've started reading this, so these are my next two reads and I'll let you guys know how I get on with them. But yeah, I am gonna leave this vlog here, so I hope this vlog has been helpful. I hope this vlog has been entertaining. I always like to try and do a mix of the two, and I feel like I've realised that when I post a more fitnessy based vlog, even though there's a lot of you that don't watch it for fitness based things, I feel like I get better feedback on it. So I don't know, let me know what you have liked about this vlog, what you've not liked about this vlog, anything you want to see in future vlogs, any other videos that you want to see, if you want to see like a specific dedicated morning routine, dedicated nighttime routine with my new routines, let me know, because I'm so down to film. If you want daily vlogs so you can have shorter episodes, just let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this vlog. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to and you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I would also just like to apologise before I love you and leave you. I feel like there might be a gap in vlogs because I was going to post this on Sunday in 2 days time, but I've spent so many hours editing Alphalete videos in the past week and a half that I just think I just want to take a little bit of a break away from my laptop. So this one might go up next Sunday or like midweek. I've not entirely decided what I'm going to do with it yet, but I promise it's not, I know it's been like really Alphalete heavy, and if you're not interested in Alphalete, it's so boring, but Black Friday is just a very intense work period time. So yeah, I basically just wanted to explain that, but I promise normal non-Alphalete related content is back. Thank you for bearing with me and not leaving me in the dirt when I did 2 videos on Alphalete back to back and no vlog. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.